KD here. Welcome back to Cooking with KD, the Comfort Food King. I don't want to get emotional, but today's a big day. We're going to make the most iconic comfort food of all time. I'm talking big time, Hall of Fame, Major League, elite comfort food. I'm talking about chicken fried steak with cream gravy. This gravy's so good, you could put it on an old boot and it would be amazing. So this recipe is for 1.5 pounds of cube steak. That's what we're going to start with. It doesn't mean it's steak cut into cubes. It means that it is run through a tenderizer that leaves little cubed indentations. I like to soak the steaks in milk for about an hour before I start. That just helps tenderize them up a little bit. The first part is to make the coating or the dredge. It's going to be a dry part and a wet part. So the dry part is we put a cup of flour in here, all-purpose flour. We're going to put a teaspoon of salt in there. Then we just go pinches and dashes. This is just a pinch of paprika, a little pinch of cayenne, and then a pinch of black pepper. Mix that all up. The wet part is going to be 3/4 cup of milk, and then an egg. Just gonna get that mixed up. All right, so we're gonna coat the steaks. That's the important part. I'm wearing these little surgical gloves because this can be messy, but you do what you want. So these have been soaking in milk for an hour. We're gonna go dry. Just so get it down in the flour, kind of sprinkle it, get it on there, because you want it to have a nice crunchy thing. Then we go to wet a couple times. Now this is when it gets messy. Go back to dry. It does feel a little pasty, don't worry about it. Get it in there. Okay, that one is ready to go. So we just finished those two, coating them. You're going to repeat that with the other two steaks. You're going to do a total of 4. So do that, get them all ready, and then we're going to put them in the skillet. So let's get the skillet ready to cook. I like to use an iron skillet. You could use a deep fryer. Technically, chicken fried steak is a deep fried steak. When you do it in a skillet, purists say that's a country fried steak. I don't think it matters. So you're going to put a cup of oil, vegetable or canola, either one. We're going to put it on a medium high heat. You want to keep an eye on it because this is obviously hot grease. You got to get it hot. Don't put the steaks in when you just start and it's cold. That'll just get you greasy meat. Yuck. But keep an eye on it. When you think it's getting hot and starting to bubble, you can sprinkle a little flour in there. If it sizzles, you're about ready to go. Very carefully, so you don't splash the oil everywhere. That would not be good. I'm going to put them in one at a time. And you want to do it 2.5 to 3 minutes on each side. So kind of peak, be careful, adjust the heat up or down if you need to. You want it a nice dark brown but not black. You don't want it pale either. Alright, these look about done. Been peeking at them to the right color. Carefully out of the pan onto a little pan that we have up the side. We're going to let these chill out while we do the most important part, which is make the gravy. Okay, we cooked the steaks. They're off to the side. We turned our heat off. Now we have to carefully use hot pads or whatever you got, but be careful. We're going to drain the oil off carefully into an appropriate vessel that can handle it. If there's chunks that stay in the pan, that's fine. The more chunks from the meat and the coating that are in this for the gravy, that's cool. So we're going to make gravy. You're going to need 2 cups of milk, 1/4 cup of flour, and most importantly, we're going to take a 1/4 cup of the cooking oil that we just used, just drained out of the pan. I want to try and get some of those chunks in there. Quarter cup. Put that back in, okay? Now, I'm going to turn it on the lowest heat. You don't really have to wait because that oil's probably still hot. So first you're going to do the flour. I'm going to whisk this into the oil at least 2 minutes. You're going to think it's mixed in like 10 seconds, but you don't want a real floury taste. See those chunks? That's the good part. The more chunks, the better. All right, so that's been a good 2 minutes. We're still on low heat. Now comes the time for milk. Slowly. Whisking. Slowly. Now I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit. Medium low now. You really don't want to burn it, but I think it needed a little heat. So it's going to look pasty, but keep getting that milk in there slowly. Understand you are making nectar here. There's nothing better than cream gravy. If I had a straw, I'd be in it already. We've whisked it up, we've done the flour, the milk, we're taking our time, low heat. Now we're going to salt and pepper to taste. So I just do a couple of pinches of salt and then a little pepper. Stir that in. Needs salt. So we'll add salt. That is good as hell. Look at that. Oh, good and creamy. I don't think you have to be sparing with this. Get a good blob on, and then just for presentation, just not even a tick, micro tick of pepper. Look at that. That is ready to eat. Ooh, this is chicken fried steak or country fried steak in cream gravy. It's the best thing in the world. Make chicken fried steak. You'll love it, I guarantee it. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Adios.